Hello, fellow babies. Welcome to day 353 of Quarantine Corner. And I am still slumming around in the Depression era, the late 20s, or even some to the early 20s, but mostly late 20s and early 30s, right in that bracket there. Because some of the greatest songs ever were written there at that time period. Before I do that, a brief commercial announcement. Many of you probably know that my real passion is singing in a barbershop quartet. And my barbershop quartet is doing its first live performance in a very, very long time. It's going to be this Sunday, and we're going to be appearing as part of our chorus is putting on a quartet show. So we've got two quartets in the chorus, and we're putting on this live show. Everybody in the audience is going to be socially distanced. We're going to be up on stage on mics separated from each other, so it's going to be quite safe. But it's sold out. So what we're going to do is we're going to broadcast the show on Facebook Live. It's an hour show, Sunday afternoon. It starts at 2:00, and it's two quartets. So we'll start out singing one song together, and then each quartet will sing two songs. Then there'll be an intermission. Not really an intermission. What's going on is we're making a donation to a Pinellas County music student. The chorus is making a $1,000 donation to a student headed for college. This particular student happens to go to Gibbs, and so we're going to be making the presentation to that student during this event, and it's going to take 10 minutes or whatever it takes. Then the quartets come back, each do two songs, and then we finish up with a grand finale together. But it is going to be broadcast on Facebook Live. Now, it's going to be broadcast on our quartet's page. So if you look at the post that I made at 9:40 announcing this at 9:45, you'll see that there is the link to our quartet Facebook page. I think in order to see it, I don't know if you have to have liked our quartet page, but it certainly will help. So go to that quartet page, like it, and know where it is so that Sunday at 2:00 you can tune in and you can see the Barbershop Quartet live. So that's the commercial announcement. Now to the song, 1931, All of Me. This is not the one that was sung by John Legend a couple of years ago. This was the original by Seymour Simons and Gerald Marks. And it's one of those songs which is such a stellar piece of music that it has stood the test of time and been done by dozens and dozens and dozens of people, and why it's one of the songs that I'm going to be doing from this time period that you actually recognize. Like, for instance, you might have heard $1 Million Baby in a 5 and 10 cent store before, but you couldn't really bring any of the lyrics to mind or the melody or something like that. Well, this is different because so many people have done it. Now, here's the thing. I did this, sorry for this long introduction. No, I'm not. Last night, I went on this big rant about all these beautiful introductions that existed with these songs that don't exist now in modern songwriting. And I puzzled about this because no matter what version I found of this song, all I could find was the one to start with, All of Me. It started with that. And I thought, they had to have done an introduction to this. Well, it wasn't until about 5 minutes before I had to go on the air with this that I found the version of what the introduction was. And it was only because it was referenced in Wikipedia and says there's a 20-bar introduction that is omitted, that is never done. But I actually found somebody doing it. This is a guy, this is a curious guy on YouTube. He's called Sheet Music Singer. And what he does, he takes sheet music from every era, from like the late 1800s all the way through the 1930s and 40s, and he plays the sheet music and sings it. And it's terrible, just terrible, because he sings it exactly as it's written on the paper. And that it offers no stylistic stuff, whatever. But I just discovered it, and I didn't have time to actually learn it or chart it out or chord it or anything like that. So I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to allow Sheet Music Singer, I don't know what his real name is, to go ahead and sing the introduction of it, and then I will pick it up from there. So, something a little bit different.
You took my kisses and you took my love. You taught me how to care. Am I to be just the remnant of a one-sided love affair? All you took I gladly gave. There's nothing left for me to say.
All of me, why not take all of me? Pretty slick, huh? Can't you see that I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I want to lose them. Take my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on, dear, without you? You took the part that once was my heart, so why not take all of me? All of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I want to lose them. Take my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. How can I go on, dear, without you? You took the part that once was my heart. Why not take all of me? Why not take all of me? Yes, Joseph Willie Nelson did do this song along with everybody else. Everybody's done it. It'd be a jazz standard, even if I did get a little lost there the second time. Well, thank you, Kathy. That's very kind. Anyhow, so be some other song. I just may do this, the Depression era thing forever, because there's 100 great songs like this. Anyhow, so we shall see. Anyhow, thanks for tuning in, and thanks for indulging me in this fancy. And like I said, Sunday, tune into this Facebook Live show. We're going to see if we can pull it off. Haven't tried doing this, something of this length. I wouldn't see why it wouldn't work, but just don't know. But let's see together if it works. So hop on over to the Dewey Singham and Howe page. Go ahead and give that page a like, and know where to find it Sunday at 2 o'clock. And I'll see you tomorrow night.